Let's take it forward with Mr. Baba Kalyani, the CMD at Bharat Forge. Mr. Kalyani, congratulations on a strong show this quarter. What were the key growth drivers for you?
Well, I think, it's been largely based on the revival of the CV market in North America, the industrial market, both in North America as well as in India. We have been doing a lot of work on the industrial markets in India, and we've seen a huge growth here. We have gained market shares in the CV business in the domestic market. So we've not had a downturn that the whole industry has seen. So all in all, good. We have maintained our productivity, efficiencies, contained costs, and therefore maintained our margins at a pretty decent level. So we are very happy with what has happened in the first quarter, and we look forward to a fairly strong year for us going forward.
Yeah, that's a very confident sounding you. So as I understand, it was primarily the exports business that's managed to aid the earnings in the quarter gone by. Could you tell me exactly what the division and the breakup was, both in terms of North America as well as Europe in particular, and which are the segments which are driving the exports for you?
The larger growth has come out of North America export because that's where we have seen growth in the truck market. We have seen growth in the industrials market, especially oil and gas, where we are engaged. And now we are beginning to see growth in the entire construction industry, the industrial machinery activity, the mining related businesses. So we are seeing almost an all-round growth, and which is beneficial for us because we are present in all these markets. And these are the areas where we had lost out in the last 2.5, 3 years. And it's nice to see these markets coming back, and nice to see that we have a great opportunity.
Good to hear, Baba Kalyani. This is Nayantara joining in from the New Delhi studio. What about your domestic business? When I look at the domestic markets, when are you expecting to see the recovery, if you did see one, from GST, the impact that GST had?
The impact of GST as far as the vehicle industry is concerned, and in our case, the larger impact is on the medium and heavy duty truck market in India. Yes, there was a fairly sharp drop in the sales of medium and heavy duty trucks in Q1. It was almost, I think, close to 58,000 as against everybody expected it to be closer to 100,000. But I think from Q2 onwards, we should start seeing the growth coming back. But in spite of that big drop, we didn't lose much of the business because we gained a lot of market share in this segment, and we had a very short drop of about 4% in this segment. So we are quite fine, and we hope to see even greater growth as we go forward in Q2 and Q3, and hopefully Q4 too.
Okay, good to hear that. Also, if you could tell me about the maiden order that you've received from the Ministry of Defence. Tell us what the order details are all about. The government now has finalized plans for private firms in defence manufacturing. What kind of growth are you looking at once this comes into play?
I think the government is very serious about getting defense hardware manufactured in India. This is, of course, a small order, not a very big order for us, but it's a great beginning. I mean, it's much better than zero. So for us, it's a great beginning. And I think we are working on many programs with the Ministry of Defense, with DRDO in India. And I think in the next couple of months and next 1 or 2 years, we should see many of these programs getting converted into orders and actual production. and sales at our end. So I'm quite optimistic that this will happen.
So, Baba Kalyani, two questions from my side right now. A, the Ministry of Defence has also come out with a policy of strategic partnerships. It's been approved by Cabinet. Is that something that you're considering at all when you make this defence, when you're making this defence play? And the update from the US Class 8 truck business, any recovery that you've seen? What's the growth and outlook there?
Yeah, let me answer the US truck business first. I think that has recovered quite well, and it's continuing to do well. And we see the US truck business numbers up in 2017 and also in 2018 going forward next year. I'm talking about calendar year. So I think we're going to see some strong 2 or 3 years in the US truck market. As far as defense and strategic partnership is concerned, yeah, we are amongst the 4 or 5 companies in India who are strong in this sector. And being a company involved with metallurgical products, metallurgical components, at least in sectors which involve these kind of products, I think there is hardly anybody else who can come close to our capabilities. So we are quite hopeful that we will be there in that game in something or the other.
So, Baba Kalyani, from what you're saying that you should have a leadership over others. So which segment is it for the 6 that have been identified for the strategic partnership for the benefit of your shareholders and viewers watching you? Which are the ones that, which is the one segment that you like? And have you struck any talks as yet with a foreign player to make this a partnership for a strategic one in defense?
No, and everybody is talking to everybody right now. So, and I think nobody is very clear about the whole process. We are likely to have meetings on this month with the MOD, and I think things will start getting more clearer once these meetings happen and the overall direction of how the implementation of strategic partnership is going to take place becomes a lot more clearer.
You think you have an edge? I'm putting you in a spot over here, and I hope you'll forgive me for that. So you think you have an edge over the likes of, let's say, M&M or L&T or Tata Motors?
Well, it's very difficult. They're all big companies, so it's very difficult to sit here and say I have an edge. But all I can say is all of us have their own strengths. They have their own strengths. We have our own strengths. And clearly, each one is going to play on their strengths, and we will play on our strengths. So we will see what happens.
I appreciate you being so candid, and thanks a lot, Baba Kalyani. Always a pleasure chatting with you. Thanks for joining us here. Congratulations on the results. You got a thumbs up from the markets as well. The US Truck 8 business, also Class 8 business, you've given us an update, and the big news for me at least coming out is that you are looking at the strategic partnerships that have been announced by the Cabinet and the Ministry of Defence in particular. Thanks a lot once again.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/ETNow.